how to read books, how to learn from books, how to take the knowledge from the book and look at it differently, more innovatively, and how to make good use of it. So, can I read you a book? You don't mind. I mean, it's Winnie the Pooh. Who would say no? But you see, it's not about the what is in the book. It's not. You see, this is Winnie the Pooh. I love the book. It's an amazing book. I love it. So let me read for you a little bit. You see, there's a little picture here. And what you see in the picture, you see a child dragging behind him a teddy bear, right? And on the top it's written, Chapter 1. Most people would just not even read this word, Chapter 1. But I do. And why is that? Because in every part of our life, at every age of our life, at every day of our life, there's a new chapter open. When I go first to school, there's a new chapter open. When I go to university, there's a new chapter. When I get married, there's a new chapter. When my first child is born, there's a new chapter. Even if you have times that you can stay at home with the children, that's an amazing chapter, isn't it? Now, chapter 1, and then it's written in which means it prepares us. In chapter 1, something is going to happen. And it says, we are introduced to Winnie the Pooh and some bees. And the stories begin. And the word introduced is important, because we can introduce a child to new knowledge. We can introduce people to each other. And when you say the stories begin, what does it mean? It means that life is full of stories, as long as we can notice the stories, as long as we can share the stories. And sometimes when you meet people and you share a story, a new door will open for you. So here it is. We introduced to Winnie the Pooh and some bees, and the stories begin, because life is full of stories. Here is Edward Bear. Hey, this teddy bear has a name of a human. Edward. Coming downstairs now. What does it mean when you come downstairs? You can walk from second floor to the first floor, isn't it? But isn't it life is like that? Sometimes you go to the top, sometimes you decline to the bottom. Sometimes you have a great job, sometimes you lose the job. Sometimes you have great times in life, and sometimes you have bad times in life. As you see, sometimes we go downstairs. But you see, Edward Bear is coming downstairs now, bump, bump, bump on the back of his head. What is the meaning of bump, bump, bump? It could be just a nice story. However, when we talk at bumps, it means like, okay, I'm going down in my life, I'm getting a bump on my head, and I cannot stop those bumps to stop and to learn. Where is the mistake? Why I'm being bumped all the time and continuing to do the same mistake again? Bumping, going down. But you see, he's behind Christopher Robin. Don't we follow sometimes? We follow people. We follow teachers. We follow parents. We follow CEOs of companies. We follow speakers. We follow ideas from books. And if it doesn't work, why do we continue to follow? You get a bump on your head and you do the same mistake again to follow the same system again. Why would you do that? You see, for Edward Bear, it is as far as he knows the only way of coming downstairs. You see, if this is the only way you know, how would you change it? And if the only way you know is sending children to schools when you are not happy from the school, what can you do? Can you learn something for it? Maybe you should invest some time at home with the kids to fix those problems, so you will not have to transfer the blame to the school system and take responsibility to take care of the things that the school cannot give. But You see, it is as far the only way he knows, and the only way we know is sending kids to schools, okay, and still blame. But sometimes he feels that there's really another way. But you see, it's written feels. What does it mean, feel? Based on his data and his knowledge, this is what he feels. Feeling can change based on data and knowledge. But if you are not looking at the data and you're just using your feelings, you might fear the coronavirus. If you look at the data, you might not fear, because you will see that in some places in the world they fix it already. So what I'm saying here, he feels that there's another way. Does he know that there's another way? There's a big difference between the word feels and knowing. And we need to stop and have a discussion and talk about every word and every subject in the book. Not just read it for fun before going to sleep. It doesn't teach them anything. Yes, it's fun, but it's not more. Okay, so sometimes he feels that there is really another way. If he could only stop bumping for a moment and think of it. And think of it. Enjoy.